Hello again, everyone. This is American Idioms, Part 35. This is the 35th video in my American Idiom series, and like the others, I'll present 5 idioms to you numbered 171 to 175. But first, I'll give you the chance to guess their meanings. Then I'll explain all of their meanings to you using additional examples to help you to understand them better. So, are you ready? Okay, here we go. Number 171, on the house. And the example is, my cousin Ben owns a nice bar in my hometown, and whenever I go there, my drinks are on the house. Can you guess the meaning? The answer here is A, something given away free by the merchant. And that's exactly what we're talking about in our first example. Person had a cousin named Ben who owned a nice bar, and whenever he went there, Ben gave him the drinks for free. Or the drinks were on the house. Okay? Ben was the merchant in this case. Here's another example. We went out to eat last night, and the service was horrible. So, after I complained to the owner, our desserts were on the house. In this case, the person went out to eat, and they had, their service was really bad, so they complained, and then the merchant, the owner of the restaurant, gave them their desserts for free. Got it? All right. Number 172. Peter out. And the example is, the rain was heavy in the morning today, but it petered out this afternoon. So I think our baseball game tonight won't be canceled. Can you guess the meaning? Did you guess B, to slowly fade in importance or significance? If you did, you are correct. And that's what it means if something peters out. In this case, it was the rain. It was heavy in the morning. And then in the afternoon, it became weaker, or it faded away, we say. So that's what it means if something peters out. Here's another example for you. I had a lot of money when my vacation to Florida began, but it petered out in less than a week, so I had to leave earlier than I had anticipated. In this case, the person's money petered out, which means that the amount got smaller. All right, the amount was reduced. So it got smaller or weaker, and that's what if something peters out means. All right, number 173. Pull up stakes. And the example is, I couldn't believe that my boss told me I would be transferred next week to a different state. He doesn't understand how difficult it is for me to pull up stakes in such a short period of time. Can you guess the meaning? The answer here is C, to gather up your household and move somewhere else. And this is what the person is talking about in our example, about pulling up stakes in such a short period of time, meaning to gather up your household, to move. As you know, to move somewhere is very stressful, and if you have a family, it's very difficult, especially in a short period of time. That's exactly what the example is about. The person was complaining about, or they just didn't believe that their boss would make them do this. Here's another example. I've lived in this busy city for 10 years now, and I think it's time that I pull up stakes and find a better place to live in the country. In this example, the person is talking about moving to the country from the city. So they said that they're ready to pull up stakes. They're ready to gather up everything and move to a different place. That's what to pull up stakes means. Here's number 174. Ring a bell. And the example is, I've never met Jimmy Jones, but his name rings a bell to me. Can you guess the meaning? The answer here is C, something that seems familiar or reminds you of something. And that's what it means if something rings a bell. You've probably done the same thing or experienced this where you think you, let's say, know somebody, or somebody that looks familiar, and say, oh yeah, that rings a bell. That's like an alert. All right, it's like an alert to your memory. That's what it means if something rings a bell. Here's another example. The description of the thief on the news tonight rings a bell. I think I've seen him somewhere before. In this example, the description of the thief rang a bell in their, let's say, in their mind, right? They may have seen someone that looks familiar. So the description rang a bell. Got it? All right. Here's our last idiom, number 175. Shake a leg. And the example is, we better shake a leg or we will never have the project finished by the deadline tomorrow night. Can you guess the meaning? Did you answer C, to hurry or to move faster? If you did, you are correct. And that's what's happening in our example. The person is saying, well, we better hurry up or we won't finish the project in time for the deadline, right? They're saying we better shake a leg. We better move faster. That's how it's used. Here's another example. If we want to get to my aunt's house by noon, we better shake a leg. Same situation as the other one, in a way where they have to rush or they have to hurry up. In this case, if they don't shake a leg, if they don't move faster, they won't get to their aunt's house by the time that they wanted to, which was by noontime. Got it? That's all for this video. Thanks again for subscribing, everyone. And if you get a chance, share the video. And do one more thing. Keep practicing. See you next time.